Hello everyone, I'm Point and Click Gaming, and today I'm going to be making a video on some of my losses to another crazy player. Definitely top 20. I know he's ranked above me because I consistently win 10 elo points off of me. He's, I would say, top 15, top 12. I don't know if he's top 10, but he's really high up there, and the guy just pisses me off. Assassin, AO0XXE, some Xer. Blocka, really good. Um, Black, I don't know. He has my number. I just cannot get to him. Sir Yusuf Black obviously is really good. Um, and Mykfree. Yeah, those guys kill me. Mykfree is. I wouldn't. I wouldn't really call it my nemesis. I mean, Block has always I've been I think probably one of my biggest rivals. Like in terms of rivalry, I think Blocka is probably the first rival I've had, and he's just terrifyingly good. Um, and then Mykfree, I'm just consistently getting beaten down. I have a 20% win rate. I mean, he wins for every 8 matches he wins 2 elo off of me. So he's won 4 matches. I can maybe pull off one. And so these videos are the videos that I lose to Mykfree. So I'll tell you the ending straight up, but we'll see how spectacularly I lose to him. So yeah, even though he beats me 3 out of 4 times, as long as I beat him once, I gain 2 elo from him. And because of that, I think I've beaten him 3 times. I have the highest elo I've ever gotten, which is 1851, approaching 1900. Kind of smashing noobs, and then I'm facing this guy on ladder, and it freaking sucks. Okay, yeah, but let's start off with the first video. So we have this map I kind of call the Buddha's Hand. It's a very straightforward map. We exchange pleasantries, say good game, good luck. This guy, I don't know the psychological warfare, but I like to think the best, and so he's going to put his units on cities, which is going to is kind of threatening because I know he's going to build a tank in the long run. He could even pull off his ship strat that he likes to do. Um, and we see Mykfree just very solid opening. He's attacking with his 5 tanks in the north. Obviously, I'm kind of just reacting to him. I'm pulling back to this front line here because if theoretically if you engage everything on the front line, it'll work. Against Mykfree, my micro is just not to this skill level. Even Blocka, the guy, their APM is just off the charts, and those are the reasons why they're kind of one of my bigger rivals. I just cannot stand them. So obviously, I take this battle 3v5. I need to move these tanks down. I don't have time to pay attention because I don't have my units on the cities. I was stuck trying to think. I don't think I was. I think I was in enter territory, so I have to like alt tab. For whatever reason, pressing enter just executes the command. So there's a utility for the enter command. Yeah, sometimes it just gets lagged. I need to move this tank. There's just too much to do. Mykfree is just APM is just killing me. I know he's attacking here, so I have to put relieve pressure. I'm going to lose this tank in the long run. I just cannot micro. He's exposing all these gaps. He's going through it. I'm putting a tank on the city because I just don't want to get encircled. I'm trying to counter encircle, which I don't think it's just going to get pulled off, and there's just too much to do. I'm trying to go for this encirclement here. I have 2 tanks. I should be able to get this encirclement, or at the very least, I should be able to kill them conventionally. I just don't want to make sure he gets out of my grasp. This is just so painful. Even though he's moving so slow, he just has his units on cities. He's just cycled so much better than me. Like he is, no joke, psychologically dominated me. I mean, I've you've seen the video. That one of those videos was 74 minutes. The other was 94 minutes and 99 minutes. So it's approaching an hour 50. And for obvious reasons, I just do not have the mental capacity to deal with this guy. This is my first match against him today, and he is just killing me. He is just murdering me. Yeah, so we're roughly even. He's slightly ahead. He's about to kill a second unit. I need to heal this, put this unit city to heal. I have tanks not engaged. I think I lose a second unit, or I take him on. He's gonna kill my weak units. Dude is like a bloodhound. He could sniff for my weaknesses. I know I'm strong here, but he's a tank on the city, so that's not going through. I really need to attack upward. it takes way too long to transition. And I think I create a mistake here where I think I transition my strong side units here to engage in the north. I mean, I move my tank off the city, which I think is fine. I almost get my unit encircled. I get him out, thankfully, but I have 2 tanks about to die. I have a lot of units here, but I don't really finish the job because I think by the time I finish the job, I'm just going to be down too many units. So we push all these units north as he's pushing all these units back. So it allows him to counter-offensive. Oh, I'm so stressed. I build another tank. I think I'm on max tanks, which is really not what I need. I need max lights, but as I said before, there's just too much to do as the match is executing. So I'm going to go north. And I think he's going to seize on this weakness. 4 light units against 1 is just not going to hold out, even if there's a tank. I think he knows there's not a tank there. That's why he pushes. He might as well. It's an opportunity of attack. I pull back. I mean, I'm obviously outnumbered here. I have all these light units, but they're not going where they need to be going. I'm trying to go for a surround, and this is where it's about to get crazy. It always gets crazy. So yeah, another unit there. I don't quite get the encirclement. I make a mistake. I pull one of these units back. I'm trying to get these units in position, but he's just a plethora of tanks that I just cannot break through. Like obviously encirclement opportunities. I need to move these around. I need to kill this unit as quick as possible. There's too much to be done. He's moving these units north. He's full health units. I only have 3. These guys are not engaged. I move this unit to the city. I need to get these tanks engaged. I have an open city that I just cannot deal with at this moment. I do not have the mental capacity. I get my tank surrounded. I think I pull one of these light units back, which gets that tank surrounded, which is just a unit I cannot afford to lose. I'm trying to put this tank on the city, which is I don't think is going to happen. I do get it at a very high cost though, so that just protects my city. I try to unencircle the tank, and another unit dies. It's very costly. I have this bunched up here. This needs to unbunch, but this is just a very dangerous web, a bunch to untangle. I need to kill units. I don't know. Each of his units are exerting perfect power control. I'm about to get all my units encircled, and it's gone. It is gone. I'm about to lose 70,000 units right there. There's about 50,000 in that cluster, and it's about to go to 0. So I'm already down 80,000. So I'm missing 2 light units on top of that, or an entire tank unit. And then there we go. That's 80,000. And then I am down. Even with the tank on the city, there's nothing more that can be done. He just has too many tanks in the center, even if he pulls back and heals. I'm going for this last minute Hail Mary, but I think he knows he can see it, kind of see it coming. But I have to hope. I have to hope and pray that this can pull it off. The problem with attrition is that it targets the strongest unit, so even though these two are together, only one of them is going to die. So I could push, but it's kind of futile. These just have way too much health. If it's like this one, this is pushable. This is not. That's why I pulled these units up here. He's attacking because he knows I have a weak unit. I'm going to pull this light unit back, and eventually I'm going to surrender because there is just nothing more to be done. Sorry for the Agadmater commentary. I really like influence this style. So yeah, he just has this wall of tanks. He's just going to continually push pressure, and I can't do anything. This map is very open, very easy to snipe, very easy to get counter sniped. I think, as I said before, against higher level players, I do not have either the mental capacity or the micro to compete with these guys. I can go toe to toe maybe on a good day, but these guys, they are vicious monsters, and Mykfree is terrifying. Definitely A tier. One of the best. I don't know. That name strikes fear into my heart. Anyway, that's match 1. Let's go to match 2. This is a very stally map. It's going to be very technical to see who can jockey for an advantage. These lines are obviously not correct. You could theoretically use this barrier, which I could have, but the problem is it puts these 2 light units behind the front line. So I have to figure out a way to straighten it out. And let's see the strategy I employ here. So obviously he's going to put the tank. He's going to push south. The hills give you a 33% debuff movement speed for tanks. Infantry is unaffected. It's the complete reverse for sand, where infantry have also an 80% debuff on sand, but tanks do not have a debuff on sand, so it's very interesting. No change to combat damage. So he's going to attack a 2-on-1 on a light unit. Obviously that's going to, I don't think it's going to matter at the moment, but I'm just going to pull it back to heal. I'll put a tank here so he can't do any of that shenanigans. I could theoretically attack through the hill. I think he's very smart at pulling it off. And we finally have, I have a tank here that should not be there. I think I'm going to swap the light units. There we go. I do swap. But he gains a small income advantage. I am not attacking because I want to defend, but I want to take advantageous battles. So if there's a battle that I have an advantageous 2-on-1 on, I am going to take that. So I think eventually I will time it to the point where I will push this in, because I have like a small micro advantage because I'm not attacking. He is. So he's losing morale much more quickly than I am. So once his morale is gone, where I'm at 50%, I need to push. This is actually, well, actually no, I still need to hold. I'm attacking this unit, but he has a 2-on-1, so we'll see how that goes. This tank needs to be engaged, and that tank needs to be engaged. Not quite perfect play here. So he's officially cycled his tank. I think I go max light on this because there's just no time for tanks on. No, I do go max tank because I expect to defend better. But you'll notice that sometimes max tank is not the right move. I think he'll go max lights. So we'll see if the tanks can hold out. Obviously, this unit is going to lose a lot of health. This tank is not cycling properly, which is very unfortunate. Is it healing? No, yeah, it finally starts to healing. I finally cycle it, but I have 3 weak units, and he has a 10k advantage already. Oh, I'm accumulating funds, right? He's building lights, so I have to go to 400 where he only has to go to 200. Remember, tanks heal quicker, so yeah, I put him within city range. I think it. Oh, it's not even on the city. That's so rough. I do not have time to manage this back line, and it's unfortunate that it's not healing. Oh, now I have 2 tanks. So eventually I will shimmy out these tanks. But yeah, these tanks not healing is going to cost me in the long run. I finally get it correct. I finally have unit garrison. This unit is not garrison. Block has a similar problem. I just think his aggressiveness is able to cover over it. I play my defensive play style means I do need to get this perfect. Um, yeah, so just think. I cycle this tank. I think it's a little too early, but I need to get it in battle, I guess. I think that's the beginning of my downfall. He's 10,000 up. It's just all these extra light units he's building. And I think here I stop building tanks and I start building light units. Oh, the tank never even got built. It just built 2 lights. That's rough. So he has a timing attack. So he has 10,000. He's going to push this lead. He has weak units, of course. I have weak units. No units are dead. But in the long run, he's going to push this advantage. And I've just, yeah, I don't have anything. If I even had a tank, I think it could change the tides. So it's 5v5. And to be honest, he's just gonna cycle better than me, so I'm just gonna speed this up, and you're gonna see him just pushing his advantage. He's 10,000 up. Again, I'm trying to kill off whatever light units I can. He's able to pull it off. He's able to pull. We create this front line, and he just cycles better. There's nothing more to say. I genuinely do think 80% of the time I will lose. That's expected. 20% of the time I can pull off a win. 20%. That's my winning ratio statistics. Maybe I can improve it to 15, sorry, 25, but right now the ratio is still 2 to 1 at the moment. I win 2 games. I do get a light unit surrounded, but I think that's one of the only kills I get this entire game. I mean, that only just barely evens the deficit that I'm running right now. And a lot of units are dead. I have this tank here that is just out of position. It is not going to do enough damage. I theoretically could go for an encirclement. It's hard to say what to do with these units here. I have a lot of unhealthy units that really should be healing. That push just really hurt me a lot. I shouldn't have pushed. I think that's a mistake there. I'm already down 10,000. I lose a unit that I cannot afford to lose. I have these units just engaging because I need to hold out the city. And I mean, I do kill off units, but I don't think it's enough. I'm trying to heal my tanks as quickly as possible. I put a healthy tank, but each unit on the city is a unit that is not healing, and he is going to slowly push his 10,000 to 20,000, and he's going to roll it into 50,000, I think, in the long run. So yeah, I have weak units. If theoretically, if I pull off some sort of miracle encirclement, it might be possible, but my units are just too weak. And similar to a game in Sirius Black where he took my capital and I took his capital and he killed my units. I think unit count, troop count is much more important than a thing. I always run unhealthy units. I think that's one of my weaknesses. I am down 40,000. He would 30,000, 35,000. I would need to gain a monster encirclement, and even then, that would only barely tie the game. Again, I'm holding on to these cities quite well, but he just has a lot of healthy units. His cities are healing, my cities are not in the long run. I do get this nice encirclement, but I don't hold it off long enough to kill enough units. And again, the deficit is 35,000 and it's only going to increase. So let's just speed up this replay and we'll watch what happens. Again, a lot of back and forth. I'm trying to find whatever, I'm trying to find a miracle encirclement here, and it's just not going to materialize. If Mykfree plays this solid, which he will, he is Mykfree, of course, he's going to find a weakness, he's going to kill my units. I am movement replacing, but just if you cycle well, you push. He's pushing on 2 fronts and he's managing very well. I do catch another light unit off guard, but it's only one. That's 10,000. I lose 2 light units in response. I'm about to lose a third, and once he captures my capital, it's all over. I gotta remember to say good game, but I get so tilted. I'm gamer etiquette says even if you take the capital, you should say good game. Especially he always does it to me, so I feel very guilty. I think it's understandable when you lose. The guy is a much more gracious loser than me. I think he's a better gamer. Not in terms of not just gamer. You could have it in terms of skill. He's a better player. That would be skill. He's a better gamer because he's better etiquette than me. I think that's something to be admired. Yeah, it may not be for everyone if you don't like gamer speak. You know, politeness is definitely a plus, but I think him, Blocka, Assassin, these guys have a lot of gamer etiquette. They're very passionate about the game. They play very cleanly. Very frustrating play styles. They're all really nice. I think a lot of War of Dots players are very nice. But it is frustrating to lose sometimes. Like, I don't mind losing, but some of the ways I lose to these guys, it hurts my soul. Anyway, that's game two, and we're about to watch game three. This is the most painful of my matches against Mykfree, and we're about to see why. I have four tanks in the north. I have one tank in the south. He is going to. Oh, this hurts me every single time I watch it. I need to. I basically sent tanks to the south because I said I don't want to attack him. I could theoretically push, but my offensive skills are not as good as my defensive skills. I need to somehow protect this tank and not get it surrounded while it's pulling back. I'm gonna pull it back to those forests, put it on the city, and we are about to watch some wizardry by the War of Dots Mykfree. We're gonna watch him dismantle me. I recently made a video called War of Dots Cheese, right? Which is put your units on your cities, and this you're going to watch some. It's not even cheese. I'm going to get cheesed in return, like a rat sniffing. Well, I don't. I'm okay with calling myself a rat, but I don't want to call my opponent a rat. But what's a non-insulting animal? Like a treasure hunt. What is I can't think of a good metaphor, but he is going to be able to sneak through my back line because I'm so busy trying to get a tank on the city that he will take one. It's not completely over, but with players of this caliber, it's very hard to come back from. I need more monster encirclements again. But yeah, like the dude is a bloodhound. He can smell weakness, and he knows where weaknesses can be found. So he adopts an assassin playstyle of just sniping the cities, which is something I do. I'm just not as successful. He kills a light unit, so he secures a 10,000, and then he will kill another 40,000 just because of attrition. So I need to somehow rescue this unit. So I'm going to pull off something sneaky. I'm going to try and go for this encirclement here. I pull these light units and position them in such a way that these tanks all get encircled. But this is only going to cover the losses of my attrition. This is actually not going to fully make up for the lost city and funds, right? So I'm pulling a tank here. I need to somehow get the city. I need to be aggressive and go for this encirclement. He's very smart. He pulls all these units off. I mean, because he could very easily rotate these light units, so there's no point. I mean, I could threaten, but it's not. I mean, I find another encirclement. I find a couple more, actually. Like, I get this 5-unit encirclement, but it just cannot hold. I theoretically could go for the city. It just, I do not have the mental energy. It's like a small puzzle game of trying to figure out how to find the encirclements. I need to move all these light units down. He does find this weakness. I need to rescue all these light units before they get encircled. I'm down 20,000, but Mykfree makes it feels like I'm down 50,000. I'm struggling. I need to get this encirclement and get this, whatchamacallit, attrition. Because each city can only support 5. Actually, no, I push. Instead, I'm just trying to find, these units need to get encircled, but I need to keep these units alive. So I'm killing units in the meantime with this pushback. This unit needs to go there. I just need to make sure I don't get encircled. I do get a tank, but I'm about to lose a light unit. And then here comes the cavalry. He's going to find a way to kill me. So there's this monster encirclement. Again, weird hijinks. I need to make sure I don't get counter encircled. He's going to find ways to encircle me. Very strong micro. Yeah, I don't fully kill off this light unit, and it's going to cost me because he's going to surround my tank. If I could keep that tank alive, I think there's a match to be had. But yeah, with that tank dead, I'm down 20,000, and I'm down a city, which is cost too much. I have a tank, so that is something. I know his backline is going to be clean. He, as I said, the guy's a master at rotating. So there's even if I go for the city, it's a false hope. I'm just defending. I mean, he city snipes me. Dude is a vicious. He is like TI-89. No, not a TI-89. He's like the Terminator 1000, where he just like every single match he's like slowly improving his War of Dots algorithm, and he's just figuring out ways to like kill your units. I do find an encirclement in the north, but as I said before, I'm down an entire city, so at this point, I think it's reasonable for me to surrender. I do keep it going for a little bit just to see if I can find anything. This guy's clean. I'm trying to look for any weaknesses in the back line. Of course, he doesn't. He's not managing his funds, so I have forced his hand to try and compute all of this, but like a supercomputer like HAL 9000, he is just a machine in terms of like micro skill, and just like a heat-seeking missile, he just kills me. And so yeah, those are some of my matches against Mykfree. Amazing player, great etiquette. Um, yeah, just very skilled all around. So it's frustrating to fight against him. 80% win rate against the guy. Sorry, 20% win rate against the guy. 4 out of 5 matches I will lose, but if I fight him 5 times, I might be able to find one win, and that is holding true. I'm winning Elo, thankfully, but my track record against the guy is not very good.